My friends, I'm Napoleon Hill. Yes, that Napoleon Hill, the one who spent 25 of the most valuable years of his life alongside 500 of the world's wealthiest men. I studied the way they thought. I unlocked the secrets they lived by. Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison. These aren't just names to me, they're living proof of a force I'm about to hand you today. I'm here in this same old voice that's somehow still alive to share a truth that's going to turn your entire world upside down. Have you ever wondered why some people stand unshaken through every storm? Why every hardship in their life seems to dissolve like it was touched by a magic wand, like some invisible hand is quietly steering everything into place? Why they never panic? Why the word failure never even crosses their lips? My friend, it's not luck, it's not some mystical power. It's a way of living, a way where, with every breath, you simply operate on the belief that everything always works out. No fear, no doubt, just complete trust. And today, I'm here to teach you that same trust. Listen closely because this is the deepest, most valuable lesson of my entire life, the one I learned from those great men. If you take it into your heart, your life becomes an unbroken chain of success. No setback will stop you. No challenge will shake you. Everything will start working in your favor. Picture this, friends. Years ago, I was just an ordinary kid. I grew up in a small town in West Virginia where poverty was my daily companion. My father was a coal miner, and I saw struggle from the day I could walk. Then one day, fate put me in a room with Andrew Carnegie, the Steel King who reshaped America's entire economy. He gave me a challenge. Napoleon, go study the minds of the most successful people alive. Find out how they actually got rich. And on that journey, I found a pattern. These titans, they never became slaves to fear. They never wallowed in complaints. They simply lived as if a solution to every problem already existed somewhere out there, waiting to surface. I asked Carnegie once, "Sir, how are you so fearless? Doesn't the fear of failure ever get to you?" He laughed. "Napoleon, fear crosses everyone's mind. I just never let it become part of my path. I live every single day as if the outcome is already decided, already in my favor. Fear is for people who treat life like a war. I treat it like the greatest adventure there is." In that moment, something in me lit up. I realized real success isn't built out there in the world, it's built in this unshakable inner belief. And that belief is what I'm handing you today. Adopt it and your life becomes a house of miracles. No failure can touch you. No obstacle can turn you off course. Everything flows in the right direction. Now listen carefully, this isn't empty talk, it's not some flight of fancy. This is the heart of my book, Think and Grow Rich, which has already changed millions of lives. In my research, I found that successful people stop fear right at the door. What even is fear? A mere illusion, a dark shadow that your own mind manufactures. But the moment you accept that everything in life works itself out, that shadow disappears. Here's how it actually works. Across 25 years of deep research, I found that 98% of people never operate at full strength because of fear. Fear of losing money, fear of broken relationships, fear of failing, fear of illness, fear of death. These fears grip people, they pull them away from their dreams, but that remaining 2%, the ones who become the world's top billionaires and leaders, they laugh fear off and walk away from it. They say, whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. And you know what? That's exactly what happens. Why? Because your thinking shapes your reality. Whatever seeds you plant become the crop that grows in your life. Plant fear and problems multiply. Plant belief that everything will be fine and the path clears itself. Now listen carefully, this isn't empty talk, it's not some flight of fancy. This is the heart of my book, Think and Grow Rich, which has already changed millions of lives. In my research, I found that successful people stop fear right at the door. What even is fear? A mere illusion, a dark shadow that your own mind manufactures. But the moment you accept that everything in life works itself out, that shadow disappears. Here's how it actually works. Across 25 years of deep research, I found that 98% of people never operate at full strength because of fear. Fear of losing money, fear of broken relationships, fear of failing, fear of illness, fear of death. These fears grip people, they pull them away from their dreams, but that remaining 2%, the ones who become the world's top billionaires and leaders, they laugh fear off and walk away from it. They say, whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. And you know what? That's exactly what happens. Why? Because your thinking shapes your reality. Whatever seeds you plant become the crop that grows in your life. Plant fear and problems multiply. Plant belief that everything will be fine and the path clears itself. The framework 6 steps. So now the real question is, how do you actually bring this belief into your everyday life? Don't worry, I'll walk you through it step by step. This isn't complicated science. It's simple but so powerful that if you take it to heart, your entire life will transform. First, understand this: fear is the single biggest enemy of your thinking. When fear takes over, you freeze, you hesitate, you make the wrong choices. But when you accept that things always resolve themselves, you move forward with courage. I learned this from Henry Ford, who used to say, "I treat every failure of mine as an opportunity. Inside every setback is the key to rising again. Fear can't touch me because I know victory will be mine in the end." So let's walk through these steps one at a time. Step 1. Rewire your thinking from the root. Start every single day with the firm belief that today will go exactly right. The moment you wake up, close your eyes, take deep breaths and tell yourself, "Today was made especially for me. Every event, every person, every situation will work in my favor. No fear, no doubt, everything will be fine." Don't just say it, feel it. Feel that warmth in your chest as if some inner energy is surrounding you completely. I once asked Thomas Edison, "How did you never lose your nerve after thousands of failed experiments? Didn't fear ever grip you?" He smiled. "Napoleon, fear showed up, but I ignored it. I knew success was waiting just around the next corner. Every failure only brought me closer to it." So do the same. For the next 7 days, spend just 5 minutes each morning on this practice. At first it'll feel a little strange, like any new habit, but soon you'll notice your fear starting to melt away. You'll feel calmer, more confident. And if a negative thought creeps in during the day, stop it immediately and say, "No, everything will be fine. I am safe." This one small shift will lift your thinking to a whole new level. Imagine starting every morning this way. Your productivity rises, your relationships strengthen, your decisions get sharper. Step 2. Revisit your past wins. Recall moments from your past where things ultimately worked out. All of us have had countless moments that felt like disaster in the middle of them, but ended up fine. Failing an exam that led to a better opportunity, losing a job that led to something bigger. I found in my research that the world's most successful people turn these stories into their strongest weapon. When the shadow of fear looms, they think, "Last time it worked out too, why not this time?" In my own life, there was a stretch where I was completely broke financially. No place to live, no food, debt piling on my shoulders. I told myself, "This too shall pass. Life has carried me before, it'll carry me again." And within a few months, new paths opened, new people came into my life, new opportunities appeared, and I was back on my feet, stronger than before. So do the same. Get a small journal. Every evening, write down at least 3 moments where life surprised you, where things worked out. It might take a little effort to remember at first, but the more you write, the sharper your memory gets. This practice will strengthen your mind so much that fear will flee before it even gets close. And if anyone tells you your past wasn't always good, answer them. "But what went right taught me that life always comes through." Imagine doing this every single evening, how positive your mind becomes. You'll sleep soundly at night and wake up refreshed the next morning. Step 3, and this one is the most revolutionary. Act as if the outcome is already decided. Don't walk through life hesitant and afraid. Walk with your head held high, shoulders back like a winner. When a big problem hits, a business loss, a strained relationship, a health scare, laugh and say, "This too will get resolved. Life is on my side." Andrew Carnegie taught me this lesson. He said, "Napoleon, life is one enormous game, and the real winners are the ones who declare themselves victorious before the game even starts. Fear can't even touch them." Think about it. If your business is on the edge of collapse, don't freeze in fear. Make your plans, take your steps as if success is already guaranteed. In my research, I found that billionaires take enormous risks, but they don't take them afraid. Why? Because they know that in the end, things will work out in their favor. For the next 30 days, make every decision from this exact mindset. If an investment opportunity comes up, believe it'll succeed. If a relationship starts slipping, tell yourself this is for the better. Life is planning something good. At first, this will feel hard, like building a new muscle. But as you practice, small miracles will start happening. Doors will open. Unexpected help will arrive. Opportunities will find you. And if failure does come, treat it as a lesson, not an ending. Remember, every failure is a rung on the ladder to success. Step 4. Help others without fear or expectation. When you see other people's lives working out too, your own belief multiplies. Henry Ford told me once, Napoleon, I treat other people's success as my own. When I help someone, life pays me back many times over. So do the same. Listen to someone's problem, offer advice, lend a hand, and say, don't worry, it'll be all right, I'm with you. That positive energy will come back to you, sometimes as money, sometimes as opportunity, sometimes as pure blessing. In my research, over 90% of highly successful people are remarkably generous. They give because they know life isn't scarce. They aren't afraid of running out. This week, help at least 5 people. Give a friend advice, feed someone in need, or point a stranger in the right direction. Watch your own fear evaporate. You'll feel more connected, more fulfilled. And if you feel you have nothing to give, remember, a smile is the biggest gift there is. Imagine helping one person every single day, how meaningful your life becomes. You'll not only feel stronger yourself, the world will love you back for it. Step 5. Cut ties with negativity completely. The root of fear is negative thinking. Bad news, rumors, negative talk, negative people, all of it feeds fear. Thomas Edison taught me, Napoleon, I only focus on the positive. I stop the negative right at the door. Do the same. If TV or social media is spreading fear, turn it off. Choose friends who inspire you, who strengthen your belief. In my own life, I let go of negative people, gently but firmly, and my belief became unshakable. My energy multiplied. Over the next 15 days, remove every negative element from your routine. Replace it with positive books like Think and Grow Rich or inspiring stories. Your mind will settle, fear will retreat. And if a negative thought does surface, immediately swap it for a positive one. This too will pass, something good is coming. This practice will build your mindset so strong that no storm can shake you. Step 6, the final step, make it a daily practice. This isn't a one-day fix. The key to success lies in consistency. Every morning, spend 10 minutes reinforcing your belief. Every evening, spend 10 minutes counting the good things from your day. I did this myself, and every billionaire I studied followed this same routine. It'll become a habit and fear won't even be able to touch you. Imagine doing this for an entire month, how much your life will change. You'll become fearless. Your success will become inevitable. My dear friends, this belief will completely transform your life. I've watched thousands of people become richer and happier through it. Now it's your turn. Are you ready? Start today. If this video touched something in you, make sure to like it. Let me know in the comments which step you're starting with today. The first truth, practice. He smiled and said it plainly, Napoleon, I never failed, I was simply practicing. Every attempt carried me one step closer to the truth. Practice doesn't mean repetition. Practice means refinement, sharpening a little more each time, learning a little more each time. That's the exact line that separates winners from everyone else. Winners don't treat practice as a punishment. They treat it as an opportunity. Every practice session is a single step on a staircase, and if you climb one step every day, one day you look up and realize you're standing at the summit. I wrote about the real power of the mind in Think and Grow Rich. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But today, I want to show you the other side of that idea because achievement only ever manifests through practice. Your mind holds boundless power, but without practice, that power stays dormant. Practice is the key that unlocks the vault of your mind. When you practice, you're not just building a skill, you're programming your subconscious mind. You're telling it, this is who I am, this is my identity, and once the subconscious is convinced, the entire universe starts working with you. Henry Ford once told me, Napoleon, when I first thought about building an automobile, everyone laughed. They said it was impossible. But he practiced every single day. He treated every failure as a lesson, and one day the impossible became possible. That's the majesty of practice. It hands you the power to do what looks impossible to everyone else because practice builds an inner certainty that erases every doubt. The second truth, a definite chief aim. Practice without a definite chief aim is a boat adrift, my friend. Now I'm about to tell you something crucial. Practice on its own isn't enough. Yes, you heard that right. Without a clear vision, without a definite chief aim, your practice collapses into mere mechanical activity. What is a definite chief aim? It's the burning desire that fires in your chest. It's the obsession that won't let you sleep at night. It's the purpose you'd be willing to die for. When I asked Andrew Carnegie the secret behind his success, he said his definite chief aim was making America the largest steel producer in the world, and he aligned every single action, every practice toward that one aim. Aimless practice is wasted energy. Across 20 years of study, I found that people who practice without a clear aim end up scattered. Their energy disperses. They do a lot and become nothing. But people who practice with a definite chief aim become unstoppable. Every practice session becomes a guided missile. They know exactly where they're going, and that's exactly why they get there. Faith and practice feed each other. In the sixth principle of Think and Grow Rich, I wrote about faith. Here's what I want you to understand today. Practice and faith reinforce one another in a loop. When you practice, your faith grows, and when your faith grows, your practice becomes more powerful. It's a divine cycle. Every time you practice, you're proving something to your subconscious mind, proving I'm serious, I'm committed, this is my destiny, and your subconscious receives that message. Then it starts creating opportunities for you. Theodore Roosevelt's story. When I met President Theodore Roosevelt, he told me about his childhood. Napoleon, I was a frail, sickly child. I suffered from asthma. The doctors said I wouldn't live long, but I decided I would become strong. Every day he practiced physically, boxing, wrestling. That was his definite chief aim, turning his weakness into strength. And you know what happened? He became President of the United States. That's the power of a definite chief aim combined with practice. When you know exactly what you want to become and you practice relentlessly toward it, the universe clears every obstacle from your path. So, what is your definite chief aim? I'm asking you right now, what is it? If you can't answer that question clearly, your practice is directionless. Pause this video right now and write it down. My definite chief aim is, then put every ounce of your practice in service of that aim. The third truth, persistence. Persistence is the cement that turns practice into success. Now let me share the most important principle of my life. Practice without persistence is an unfinished building. I gave persistence an entire chapter in Think and Grow Rich because I found it's the exact factor that separates champions from quitters. Persistence means continuing no matter what, when everything is against you, when the world says you can't do it, when your own mind says enough is enough, and you keep practicing anyway. I once wrote the story of R.U. Darby and the gold mine in Think and Grow Rich, the man who wanted to become Edison's business partner. People called it impossible, but he persisted. He practiced. He lived his vision every single day, and one day Edison made him a partner. That's the power of persistence, temporary defeat versus permanent failure. Here's a truth I learned from studying 500 successful people. Every single one of them faced temporary defeat. Not one of them accepted permanent failure. When you practice and the results don't come, that's temporary defeat. It's simply telling you not yet, but soon. But if you quit practicing, that temporary defeat becomes permanent failure. The law of compensation is one of the universe's unbreakable rules. When I found throughout my research, whatever effort you put in, the universe compensates for it. In its own time, in its own way, your practice is never wasted, even if you don't see results right away. The universe keeps a cosmic account, and when the time comes, it pays you back with compound interest. I learned this by studying the lives of great figures: Napoleon Bonaparte, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar. Every one of them practiced for years. Greatness didn't come to them instantly, but when it came, it made them immortal. The magic of daily practice is simply this: the magic lies in consistency. When you practice every day, even if it's just 30 minutes, you create a compound effect. It works exactly the way compound interest multiplies money. A 1% daily improvement compounds to being 37 times better within a single year. That's mathematics, that's science, that's universal law. Your practice is your identity. Let me leave you with this: you are not what you think, you are what you practice. If you practice excellence every day, you become excellent. If you practice mediocrity, you stay mediocre. Your practice defines your identity. My dear friends, here's my final message. Today I gave you 3 truths. 1. Practice is the invisible bridge that turns dreams into reality. 2. Practice without a definite chief aim is directionless. 3. Persistence is the cement that converts practice into success. Now I want a commitment from you. The 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, starting today, I want you to write your definite chief aim, clear, specific, measurable, and practice toward it for 1 hour every single day. No excuses, no negotiating. Keep a journal, track your progress, your feelings, your lessons. After 30 days, you will see a transformation in yourself. I guarantee it. This was my promise the day I wrote Think and Grow Rich. I had one aim: to change the lives of millions. And even all these years after I'm gone, my message is still alive because these weren't just words. They were universal truths. And today I promise you, if you follow these principles, if you commit to practice, no power on earth can stop you from succeeding. That is my promise to you, Napoleon Hill's promise. Your success is my legacy. I want you to write in the comments, I commit to 30 days of focused practice toward my definite chief aim. When you write that, you send a signal to the universe. You give a command to your subconscious mind, and that's exactly where transformation begins. One last word, my friend, everything you need is already inside you. You don't need special talent. You don't need luck. All you need is practice, persistence, and a burning desire. The universe will handle the rest. So start right now, this very moment. Trust me, trust yourself, and trust the universe. And remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve through persistent, purposeful practice. That is Napoleon Hill's promise to you. Now go and create your destiny. I believe in you. If this video inspired you, hit like, subscribe with the bell icon for more of Napoleon Hill's teachings, and share it. It might change someone's life. Comment, I commit to 30 days along with your definite chief aim. And if you're serious about your transformation, remember, every great achievement begins with practice, and today is day one. See you in the next video. Until then, practice, persist, and prosper.